Liam adjusted his helmet as the small exploration ship touched down on the surface of the strange planet. The air outside hissed through the open hatch, and a cloud of dust rose around their landing site. He looked at the dense forest surrounding them, tall trees with silver bark and glowing leaves swaying gently in a wind that carried a faint hum. The sensors on their wrist displays blinked rapidly, indicating energy readings stronger than anything they had encountered before. "Do you see that?" said Mara, Liam's second in command. She pointed toward the trees. "There is something out there. It's huge." Liam squinted through the dust. Between the trees, he could just make out a golden shimmer, a light that seemed to move with the wind yet remained in one place. "We need to check it out," Liam said. "Keep your scanners active. We don't know what we are dealing with." The team of 4 stepped carefully into the forest. Each footstep left a mark in the soft, silver grass. The light grew brighter as they walked, and soon they were standing in front of a towering structure. The golden surface of the walls reflected the sunlight in sharp, dazzling beams. The temple was enormous, much larger than any building on Earth. Its architecture was unlike anything Liam had seen. Strange symbols and intricate patterns covered the surface, some of them moving slightly as if alive. Mara reached out and ran her hand over the smooth golden surface. "It feels warm," she said. "It almost feels aware." "Stay alert," Liam warned. "This place may be ancient, but that doesn't mean it is safe." As they circled the temple, they noticed carvings along the walls. The carvings depicted figures that looked like humans working alongside strange, ethereal beings. Some scenes showed technology far beyond anything humanity had created. Liam's eyes widened. This civilization, they were advanced. Far beyond us. "Look at this," said Juno, the youngest member of the team. He pointed to a large doorway at the base of the temple. The door was made of a different kind of golden metal and had a series of interlocking shapes. At first, it looked solid, but then it began to pulse faintly. Liam stepped closer and examined the shapes. He touched one of the patterns lightly. Immediately, the door vibrated and emitted a soft hum. A low rumble echoed through the temple, and a section of the wall shifted, revealing a passageway. Light spilled from within, casting long shadows on the ground. The team exchanged excited glances. "It's alive," Mara whispered. Liam took a deep breath. "Let's see what's inside." Carefully. Inside the temple, the air was warmer. The walls glowed faintly, lighting the chamber with a golden light that seemed to come from the structure itself. The floor was smooth, but etched with designs that seemed to tell stories of past events. Liam walked slowly, examining the carvings. He saw scenes of exploration, discovery, and cooperation between species. Some carvings depicted enormous ships traveling between stars, while others showed peaceful cities built in harmony with nature. This civilization wasn't just advanced, Liam said quietly. They were wise. They cared about balance. As they moved deeper into the temple, the passage opened into a large chamber. Floating in the center were dozens of golden orbs, hovering silently in the air. The orbs glimmered, casting reflections on the walls and ceiling. Liam felt a strange sensation, as if the orbs were observing them. "Do you feel that?" Juno asked. "It's like they know we are here." Mara nodded. "I think they do. And they are waiting for us to prove something." Liam approached one of the orbs. It floated closer to him, responding to his presence. The orb pulsed gently, and a voice, calm and soft, filled the room. "Only the worthy may proceed. Only those who understand courage, wisdom, and cooperation may pass." The team froze. Liam felt a mixture of awe and fear. "This is incredible," he said. "The temple isn't just a building. It's a guardian." The orbs shifted, creating a path deeper into the temple. Liam motioned for the team to follow. As they walked, the walls around them changed, showing new carvings and scenes. They saw explorers from other worlds, some who failed their trials and vanished, others who succeeded and gained knowledge beyond imagination. Mara whispered, "We are being tested. The temple wants to see if we are worthy." Liam nodded. "We have to work together. This isn't just about being smart or brave. We need to understand the temple, respect it, and prove that humanity can rise to challenges like this." The first chamber they entered was filled with floating shapes and puzzles that required cooperation to solve. Liam realized that the temple was testing more than their intellect, it was testing their ability to communicate, to trust each other, and to act with courage under pressure. They had to move shapes in perfect harmony, interpret patterns, and respond to changing conditions. Hours passed, but to the team, it felt like minutes. Each success made the orbs pulse brighter, each mistake made the light dim slightly. They were learning quickly, adjusting to the temple's tests. Liam noticed that their teamwork was improving, and the team was becoming more confident. Finally, they reached a small platform in the center of the chamber. One orb floated in front of Liam. "You have taken your first steps," it said. "Remember, this temple preserves knowledge, not power. Use what you learn wisely." The team paused, absorbing the significance of the words. Liam felt a deep sense of responsibility. "We are just visitors here," he said. "But if we are careful, we might understand what the civilization wanted to teach the universe." Mara smiled. "Then let's be worthy." As the team prepared to move forward, the temple seemed to respond. The golden walls shimmered, and new pathways opened. Liam felt a mixture of excitement and nervousness. Ahead of them lay challenges they could not yet imagine, but he knew that this discovery could change the future of humanity. The Golden Temple, untouched by time, awaited. And within its glowing walls, the secrets of a forgotten civilization were ready to reveal themselves to those who proved they were ready to understand. Liam took a deep breath, glanced at his team, and stepped forward. The adventure had only just begun. The pathway inside the Golden Temple stretched ahead, glowing faintly under the light of the floating orbs. Liam led the team carefully, every step echoing softly across the smooth golden floor. Each wall they passed was covered in carvings showing incredible scenes of a long-lost civilization. The images depicted beings traveling through space, discovering new worlds, and sharing knowledge with one another. Liam felt a strange mix of awe and curiosity. "Look at this," Mara said, pointing to a scene on the wall. The carving showed a group of explorers approaching a massive structure similar to the temple, surrounded by glowing energy. "They were explorers like us, but they achieved something far greater. They reached other worlds without destroying them." Juno stepped closer to the wall. "It is amazing. Their work is peaceful. They wanted to learn, not conquer." Liam nodded. "And that is why this temple exists. It is not just a building. It is a record of their wisdom and values. They preserved it for anyone worthy to find." As they moved forward, they reached a doorway unlike the previous one. This one had a golden lattice that formed a complex pattern. It did not open with a touch like the first door. Liam examined the mechanism, studying the interlocking shapes. He realized that the door was not designed to test strength, but thought and understanding. "This one is different," he said. "We need to figure it out together." The team gathered, looking at the patterns. Mara suggested, "Perhaps the door reacts to our intentions. If we approach it carefully and with purpose, it may respond." Liam nodded. He placed his hands on the golden lattice, closing his eyes for a moment to focus. Slowly, the shapes began to shift under his touch, aligning in a new pattern. A soft hum filled the room, and the door slid open silently. "Good work," Mara said. "You didn't force it. You understood it." The chamber beyond was larger than any they had entered. Golden pillars stretched from floor to ceiling, and the air shimmered with energy. In the center of the room floated a massive orb, larger than the ones they had seen before. Its light was soft yet powerful, casting golden reflections across the walls. Liam felt a gentle pull, as if the orb was inviting them closer. The orb spoke in a calm voice. "Welcome, travelers. You have passed the first trials. You have shown curiosity, respect, and teamwork. Ahead of you lies knowledge that can change the course of your species. But remember, knowledge without wisdom can lead to ruin." Liam looked at the team. "We need to be careful. This is not just discovery. This is responsibility." The orb moved slowly, revealing a pathway that spiraled upward. Liam and his team followed it, climbing steps made of smooth golden metal. The walls along the path displayed carvings of a great civilization's history. They saw cities floating above planets, machines that harnessed energy from stars, and people working together to build a peaceful galaxy. "It is incredible," Juno whispered. "They were more advanced than we can imagine." Mara touched one of the carvings. "And they valued harmony. Look at how they lived with nature, not against it." The team reached the top of the spiral pathway and entered another chamber. This one was filled with dozens of smaller orbs, floating in precise patterns. Each orb displayed holographic images of different worlds, some similar to Earth, some completely alien. Liam realized that the temple was showing them the potential of life across the universe. The largest orb in the center began to pulse. "This temple preserves knowledge of the cosmos," it said. "It is a guide for those who seek understanding." The orbs show the history of civilizations, their successes and their failures. Learn from them, so you may avoid the mistakes of the past. Liam stepped closer. "Can we take this knowledge with us? Can it help humanity?" The orb's light shimmered. "You may carry the lessons, but not the power to exploit them. True strength lies not in weapons, but in wisdom, courage, and cooperation. Those who seek to dominate will find only destruction." The team spent hours examining the orbs. They saw civilizations that thrived by working together and others that fell due to greed and selfishness. Each vision was a lesson in choice and consequence. Liam felt a growing sense of purpose. Humanity was still young among the stars, but the temple offered guidance to rise above challenges and build a future of hope. Suddenly, the room shifted. A hidden doorway opened along one wall, revealing a narrow corridor. Liam's sensors detected faint energy readings coming from within. "There is more ahead," he said. "This temple is leading us somewhere." Mara nodded. "We need to stay alert. The temple is testing us at every step." The corridor led them to a chamber unlike the others. It was dark except for a single beam of golden light shining on a pedestal. On the pedestal lay a small, intricate device. Liam approached it cautiously. The device hummed with energy as he neared it. "This must be important," he said. "It feels alive." As he reached out, the device projected a holographic map of the galaxy. Points of light marked planets and star systems, each connected by golden lines. Liam realized the device was a navigation tool, showing the paths of exploration the ancient civilization had taken. "This is remarkable," Mara said. "It could help us explore safely and learn from the past." The orb in the center of the room spoke again. "Use this knowledge wisely. The universe is vast, and dangers are many. Those who explore must do so with courage and care. The paths you follow will test your character as much as your skill." Liam looked at his team. "We have a choice. We can take this knowledge and return, or we can continue deeper into the temple. Either way, we must prove that humanity is worthy of what the civilization preserved." Juno smiled. "I vote we continue. There is so much more to see." Mara agreed. "The temple is showing us the way. We should follow it." Liam nodded. "Then forward we go. Step carefully and stay together." The lessons here are as important as the knowledge itself. As they moved deeper into the temple, the walls shimmered, responding to their presence. The golden light seemed to guide them, highlighting patterns and symbols that spoke without words. Liam felt a mixture of excitement and respect. This was more than a discovery, it was an invitation to learn, grow, and understand a civilization that had long vanished. For the first time, Liam realized that the Golden Temple was not just a monument to the past. It was a living guide, ready to reveal the universe's secrets to those who approached with courage, wisdom, and teamwork. The adventure had grown beyond exploration. It had become a journey to understand humanity's potential and the lessons that could shape the future among the stars. The deeper Liam and his team moved into the Golden Temple, the stronger the energy felt around them. The floating orbs followed their movements, casting gentle light on the walls that shimmered with ever-changing patterns. Each step seemed to test not only their senses but their patience, teamwork, and courage. "Do you feel it?" Mara asked quietly. "It's as if the temple is watching us." Liam nodded. "It is. But I think it is also guiding us. We need to pay attention to everything: the walls, the patterns, even the air itself." The path led them into a large hall with a floor that seemed to float slightly above a golden mist. In the center of the room were several glowing shapes hovering mid-air. They twisted and turned, forming shifting puzzles that challenged the eye and mind. "This must be one of the trials," Liam said. "The temple wants to see how we think and work together." The team stepped carefully onto the floating platforms. Each movement triggered new shapes and paths to appear. Liam quickly realized that each person had to act in coordination. If one moved too fast or too slow, the shapes would shift incorrectly, making progress impossible. Juno studied the patterns. "We need to communicate more clearly. It is not just about moving forward, it is about moving together." Mara nodded. "Let's do this step by step. Watch each other and be patient." They began coordinating, moving in perfect rhythm, guiding the shapes into place. Slowly, the puzzles aligned, and a new pathway opened deeper into the hall. The team felt a surge of accomplishment. Liam glanced at the orbs, noticing that they glowed brighter with each correct move. "This is incredible," Mara said. "The temple is rewarding teamwork." As they proceeded, the walls shifted to display holographic images. Liam watched scenes of explorers from other worlds attempting similar trials. Some succeeded, advancing further into the temple, while others failed, their visions fading into darkness. He realized the temple was not only testing their skills but their determination and character. "Look at that," Juno said, pointing to a fading figure. "Those who failed were often greedy or reckless. The temple doesn't punish mistakes, but it does not tolerate those who misuse its guidance." Liam felt a chill. "We have to remember that. We cannot be careless or selfish. Every decision matters here." The hall ended at a chamber where the air shimmered like liquid gold. In the center, a pedestal held a crystal-like object that emitted a gentle hum. As Liam approached, the orbs floated around him, casting light patterns that seemed to form messages on the floor. One orb spoke softly. "This is the trial of courage. To reach the knowledge you seek, you must face fear without losing focus. Only those who act with a calm mind and brave heart may proceed." Liam looked at his team. "We have faced strange things already, but this will require more than thinking. We have to trust ourselves and each other." As he touched the crystal, a sudden vision enveloped him. He saw a massive alien storm, planets torn apart by violent energy, and civilizations lost to neglect and fear. The vision shifted to humans making poor decisions, letting fear and greed control their actions. Liam's heart raced. He understood that the temple was showing him the consequences of failure, not just for himself, but for all humanity. "Stay with me," he called to his team. "We need to focus on courage, not fear." One by one, each member of the team faced similar visions. Mara saw moments of failure and doubt. Juno faced challenges that questioned his intelligence and confidence. But each time, they supported each other, speaking words of encouragement and reminding one another of their purpose. After what felt like hours, the visions faded. Liam opened his eyes and saw that the crystal had split into smaller orbs, which floated toward each team member. The light was warm and comforting. The central orb spoke again. You have passed the trial of courage. Fear cannot guide those who seek wisdom. The path forward will now reveal knowledge and understanding beyond your imagination. The chamber shifted, revealing a narrow passageway that descended deeper into the temple. The walls now displayed a new series of carvings, depicting explorers learning from one another, sharing discoveries, and helping civilizations rise. Liam realized that the temple was teaching them that knowledge alone was not enough. It required responsibility, compassion, and cooperation. This is what the ancient civilization wanted, Mara said. They didn't just preserve technology or information. They preserved their values. As the team continued, they entered a hall filled with holographic stars, planets, and galaxies. Points of light moved and shifted, showing the rise and fall of civilizations across the universe. Liam could see planets thriving through cooperation and others collapsing from conflict and selfishness. The temple is showing us patterns, Liam said. Not just history, but lessons for the future. We have to learn from them if humanity is to survive and grow among the stars. Juno looked amazed. It is beautiful. The universe is so vast, yet connected by these lessons. We can see how small actions lead to great consequences. Mara added, and it shows that humans can be more than explorers or conquerors. We can be creators, helpers, and leaders who protect life. Liam nodded. That is the essence of this temple. It is not about power or wealth. It is about understanding, courage, and responsibility. The orbs and carvings are guiding us to see what humanity can become. At the end of the hall, they found another chamber with a raised platform. On it lay a glowing map of the galaxy, with paths connecting distant stars and planets. Liam realized it was a guide to exploration, showing safe routes and areas where civilizations flourished. This is incredible, he said. It is a record of journeys, successes, and failures. We can use this knowledge wisely to help humanity grow without repeating the mistakes of the past. The orb in the center spoke once more. Knowledge alone is not enough. Courage, wisdom, and cooperation are the true keys. The next trials will challenge these qualities further. Only those who prove worthy in all areas may claim the temple's ultimate secrets. Liam looked at Mara and Juno. We are ready. We have learned a lot, but there is still more ahead. The temple will continue to test us, and we have to stay strong together. Mara smiled. We have each other, and that is our strength. As long as we trust ourselves and act wisely, we can face whatever comes next. The team stepped forward into the next chamber, their hearts steady and minds focused. They knew the challenges ahead would test more than skill, they would test character, courage, and the ability to work together. The Golden Temple was no longer just a structure. It was a living teacher, guiding them to understand the value of humanity's potential among the stars. With determination, Liam led the way, feeling the hum of the temple around them. They had passed the first trials, but the true lessons of the Golden Temple were only beginning to unfold. Liam and his team stepped carefully into the next chamber. The air was cooler here, but it carried a soft hum that made their skin tingle. Golden light reflected off walls lined with shelves, not of books, but of glowing crystal panels. Each panel displayed holographic images that shifted and changed, showing scenes from long ago. The chamber was a library, but unlike any library on Earth. It was alive, full of knowledge preserved for countless generations. Look at this, Mara said, walking slowly along a row of panels. She reached out and touched one, and a holographic image of a distant city appeared above her hand. The city floated above a planet, its buildings glowing like the stars in the sky. People moved through the streets, working together, sharing knowledge, and creating art and technology. Juno moved to another panel, showing a massive ship traveling through space. They explored the stars, he said in awe. They shared knowledge with other worlds. They didn't conquer, they learned, and helped. Liam stepped forward, his eyes scanning the walls. This civilization was remarkable, he said. They valued intelligence, courage, and cooperation. Everything they did was meant to preserve life and knowledge. The temple isn't just a building, it's a record of their greatest achievements and their warnings. A large golden orb floated toward them, its light brighter than the others. You have reached the library, it said. Here, you may learn the history of our people and the lessons we preserved. Study carefully, for knowledge without understanding can lead to ruin. Liam nodded. We will be careful. We want to learn, not misuse what we find. The team spent hours exploring the library. Each crystal panel showed a new aspect of the civilization. Some panels displayed technological marvels, machines that could harness energy from stars and planets. Others showed cities built in perfect harmony with nature, where people lived without harming their environment. There were records of diplomacy, trade, and cooperation between species. Mara paused in front of a panel showing a dark moment. Look at this, she said. Even they faced betrayal and conflict. It seems their civilization ended because of greed and distrust, not because of a lack of knowledge. The orb hovered closer. Indeed. Knowledge alone cannot protect a civilization. Wisdom, courage, and unity are essential. Those who seek to exploit knowledge for selfish purposes will fail. Remember this lesson, travelers. Liam felt a weight in his chest. This is why the temple tests us, he said. It wants to see if we can use knowledge responsibly, if we can act with courage and wisdom, and if we can work together. Otherwise, we are no better than the civilizations that fell. Juno looked around at the panels. It's overwhelming, he admitted. There is so much to learn. How do we even begin to understand all of this? Mara smiled gently. We take it one lesson at a time. The temple will guide us. We don't need to understand everything at once. We just need to understand what is important for us and for humanity. As they explored further, they came to a section that displayed holograms of alien species and humans interacting. Some images showed conflict and war, but most showed cooperation and mutual growth. Liam realized that the temple was teaching them the value of understanding other cultures and working together across differences. This is important, he said. If humanity is to survive in the universe, we must learn to cooperate with other beings, not just conquer or compete. That is what this civilization believed, and that is why they left this temple. The orb spoke again. You are learning the lessons of the past. Do not take knowledge as power. Take it as guidance. Each decision you make will shape your future and the future of those you influence. Suddenly, the chamber shifted. A hidden doorway opened along one wall, revealing a staircase that descended into darkness. Liam and the team exchanged looks. Do we continue? Mara asked. Liam nodded. Yes. The temple has led us here for a reason. We must follow its path and see what else it has to teach us. The staircase led to a smaller chamber, circular and quiet. In the center was a pedestal with a single crystal orb, larger than the others. As Liam approached, the orb began to project images into the air above it. They saw planets and civilizations, but also glimpses of failure worlds that had fallen due to selfishness, fear, or pride. This must be a warning, Juno said softly. Even the greatest civilizations can fall if they make the wrong choices. The orb spoke with a calm but firm voice. All civilizations, no matter how advanced, face challenges. Those who value wisdom, courage, and cooperation endure. Those who seek power or act without understanding will perish. Learn from our history, travelers, so humanity may thrive. Liam stepped closer and placed his hand on the pedestal. A vision filled his mind. He saw humans exploring the stars, encountering new worlds, and making choices that could either lead to greatness or destruction. He understood that the temple was giving them a glimpse of the potential future. We have to be careful, Liam said, lowering his hand. The lessons here are clear. Knowledge is a tool, not a weapon. How we use it will define the fate of humanity. Mara nodded. And we must stay together. Alone, we might fail the temple's tests. Together, we can learn and make wise decisions. The orb pulsed, bathing the chamber in golden light. You are ready to proceed. The next chambers will test your ability to act on knowledge with wisdom and courage. Only those who understand the lessons of the past and apply them in the present may access the temple's greatest secrets. Liam turned to his team. We have learned a lot here, but there is still more ahead. We must remember everything we have seen and use it wisely. The temple is guiding us, but it is also testing us. Juno smiled. Then let's continue. We are ready for whatever comes next. As they stepped toward the next chamber, Liam looked back at the library. Rows upon rows of crystal panels glowed softly, a silent record of a civilization that had once reached the stars with wisdom, courage, and compassion. He felt a deep respect for the people who had built the temple and preserved their knowledge for those who were worthy. This is more than a discovery, Liam said quietly. It is a responsibility. We have been chosen to learn, to understand, and to carry these lessons forward. Mara placed her hand on his shoulder. And we will. Together, we will make sure humanity is ready for what lies ahead. With determination, the team moved into the next chamber, ready to face the trials that awaited. The Golden Temple continued to hum around them, alive and watchful, guiding them on a journey that would test not only their minds but their hearts and their courage. The secrets of the ancient civilization were slowly revealing themselves, and Liam knew that each step forward brought them closer to understanding the true power and responsibility of the Golden Temple. The team moved cautiously through the Golden Temple, their footsteps echoing softly along the smooth floor. Liam led the way, sensing that the challenges were growing more serious. The energy around them pulsed steadily, almost like the temple was aware of something approaching. Suddenly, Juno's sensor beeped loudly. Liam, we have incoming energy readings. Something is coming from outside the temple. Liam held up his hand. Everyone stay calm. Let's get to a secure area and assess the situation. They hurried back to a large chamber they had passed earlier. The walls glowed golden, and the orbs floated closer, casting protective light around the team. Liam activated the sensors on his wrist, trying to identify the source. It is a spacecraft, Mara said, her voice tense. It is not friendly. Its energy signature is strong, but it feels dangerous, like it wants to take the temple for itself. Liam's jaw tightened. We need to protect the temple. It is more than a building. It is knowledge, history, and guidance. If it falls into the wrong hands, it could be used for destruction. As they spoke, the spacecraft landed outside. The golden walls of the temple began to shimmer, and Liam realized that the temple itself was preparing defenses. Panels shifted along the walls, forming barriers and creating narrow corridors that could confuse intruders. The orbs moved rapidly, hovering in protective patterns around the team. They're coming, Juno said, his voice low. We need a plan. Liam looked at Mara and Juno. The temple has shown us how to work together. We need to use what we have learned. This is not a fight of weapons, but of strategy and teamwork. The alien invaders entered the temple. They were large, armored beings with technology that pulsed with dangerous energy. Their eyes scanned the golden walls, and they advanced carefully, expecting resistance. Liam noticed that they were relying on force and intimidation rather than intelligence or cooperation. Mara whispered, They don't understand the temple. They see it as an object to conquer, not a guide or teacher. Liam nodded. And that is their weakness. The temple responds to wisdom and courage, not threats. We can use its defenses to our advantage. He directed the team to move strategically through the corridors, using the temple's shifting walls and platforms to confuse the intruders. The golden barriers created narrow paths and sudden drops that the aliens could not navigate easily. The orbs floated in patterns that guided Liam and his team while blocking the aliens' movements. Follow the light, Liam instructed. Trust the temple. It is helping us. The team moved in unison, anticipating each other's actions. Juno activated the temple's panels to create holographic illusions, making it appear as if the corridors extended in different directions. The aliens stumbled and became disoriented. Mara reached a control panel along the wall. If we can synchronize with the temple, we can use its energy to protect ourselves without harming it. We need to act together. Liam nodded. Everyone, focus. Trust each other and the temple. We can drive them back. As the aliens advanced, Liam and his team used the temple's defenses creatively. They guided them into traps formed by shifting floors and moving walls. The orbs emitted pulses of light that created illusions, making the invaders hesitate and second-guess their movements. The aliens' brute force was no match for the intelligence and cooperation of Liam's team. This is incredible, Juno said. The temple isn't just protecting itself. It is teaching us how to defend it wisely. The aliens regrouped and attempted a direct attack, but Liam anticipated it. Move now, he shouted. The team activated a series of panels that created barriers, blocking the invaders' path and forcing them into a confined area. The orbs pulsed rapidly, and the golden walls shifted to cut off their retreat. The aliens struggled, unable to break through the temple's defenses. Liam noticed their frustration and realized that their reliance on force alone was their downfall. They don't understand the power of wisdom and teamwork, he said. Mara added, and that is why the temple chose us. It responds to intelligence, courage, and cooperation, not violence. Using careful timing and coordinated movement, the team led the aliens back toward the entrance of the temple. The golden walls shifted, creating a funnel that directed them away from the inner chambers. The invaders tried to resist, but every action they took was countered by the temple's intelligent design and the team's strategy. Finally, the aliens were forced to retreat. Liam watched as their spacecraft lifted off, frustrated and defeated. The temple's energy returned to a calm hum, and the orbs floated back into their previous positions, glowing softly. We did it, Juno said, breathing heavily. We protected the temple. Mara smiled. Not just us. The temple helped. It showed us how to work together and use intelligence over force. Liam nodded, looking around the chamber. This was a real test. It was one thing to face puzzles and visions inside the temple, but this was different. We had to act with courage and wisdom under pressure. We passed, but we need to stay vigilant. The universe is full of those who would misuse knowledge. The orbs pulsed gently, as if acknowledging their success. One of the larger orbs spoke. You have shown courage, wisdom, and cooperation. The temple's knowledge is safe, and you have proven that humanity can protect it. But greater challenges lie ahead. Those who seek knowledge must also face trials of judgment and responsibility. Liam looked at Mara and Juno. We have learned a lot, but this is only the beginning. Protecting the temple was one thing. Understanding and using its knowledge wisely will be an even greater challenge. Mara nodded. We have to remember everything we have learned. The lessons are as important as the knowledge itself. Juno added, and we have to trust each other. Alone, we might not have succeeded, but together we did. That is what the temple is teaching us. Liam took a deep breath. Then we move forward. The temple has more to show us, and we are ready. Whatever comes next, we will face it as a team, with courage and wisdom. The golden temple settled into a calm glow, its walls reflecting the light of the orbs. Liam and his team knew that they had not only defended a remarkable structure but had also proven that humanity's strength was not in weapons or force, but in intelligence, courage, and cooperation. As they prepared to continue deeper into the temple, Liam felt a sense of purpose. The Golden Temple had survived the test of time, and now it was guiding them to understand the true potential of humans among the stars. With determination, they stepped forward, ready to face the next trials that awaited. The adventure was far from over, but Liam knew that together, they could overcome any challenge. The temple seemed calmer after the encounter with the intruders, but Liam felt the air vibrate with a quiet intensity. The golden walls glimmered softly as if they were alive and aware of the team's presence. He knew the challenges ahead would not be easier. The temple had more lessons to teach, and this time, it would test their ability to act wisely and courageously with the knowledge they had gained. "Do you feel that?" Mara asked, her voice low. "The energy is stronger here. It feels like the temple is preparing us for something bigger." Liam nodded. "We must stay focused. We have proven ourselves in puzzles and defense, but now the temple will test our understanding and judgment. This is the moment to show our true strength as humans." They entered a vast chamber, the ceiling high and domed, filled with golden light. In the center floated a massive orb, larger than any they had seen before. The orb pulsed rhythmically, and holographic images projected across the room, showing scenes of civilizations flourishing and failing, of people working together and falling apart. Liam understood immediately that this was a test of wisdom and leadership. The orb spoke with a calm, resonant voice. "You have faced trials of courage and skill, and defended the temple from those who would misuse its knowledge. Now you must demonstrate your ability to act with insight, cooperation, and foresight. The strength of humanity is measured not by power, but by the choices made when faced with responsibility." Liam looked at Mara and Juno. "This is it. We have to show that we can use what we have learned. Not just knowledge, but wisdom and courage together. Every decision matters here." The orb projected a simulation before them. They saw a star system with several planets. One planet was dying due to pollution and neglect, another was under threat from internal conflict, and another had been abandoned despite its potential. The simulation presented a choice: to intervene, to guide, or to ignore the situations. Mara spoke first. "We cannot ignore them. That is the easy path, but it is not the right one. If we care about life and knowledge, we must act." Juno nodded. "But we have to be careful. Intervention must be thoughtful, not reckless. We cannot repeat the mistakes of the civilizations shown in the temple." Liam stepped forward. "The temple has shown us the patterns of success and failure. We can use that knowledge to make wise choices. We must act with courage, but also with understanding and cooperation." The simulation shifted, giving them tools and guidance from the temple's wisdom. Liam directed the team, combining their knowledge with intuition. They worked together, using reasoning and compassion, guiding the simulated civilizations toward growth, cooperation, and sustainability. Hours passed in the chamber, but to the team it felt like moments. Every decision they made in the simulation affected the outcomes. They saw the impact of their choices ripple through the galaxy, showing that humanity's strength was not in force, but in intelligence, courage, and collaboration. Finally, the orb pulsed brightly. "You have demonstrated insight, courage, and cooperation. You have shown that humans are capable of learning from history and acting with wisdom. You have passed the trial of humanity's strength." Liam felt a deep sense of pride. This is what the temple wanted us to understand. Knowledge is only valuable when combined with wisdom and the courage to act responsibly. Mara added, "And teamwork. Alone, none of us could have made all the right choices. Together, we achieved balance and understanding." The orb shifted, revealing a pathway deeper into the temple. The final chamber awaits, it said. Here, the greatest secrets of the civilization are preserved. Only those who understand the true value of knowledge, courage, and cooperation may enter. The team followed the golden path, their steps echoing softly. Each wall they passed now glowed with a soft, welcoming light. The air seemed lighter, filled with a sense of possibility and hope. Liam could feel the temple guiding them, acknowledging their readiness for the final lesson. At the entrance to the last chamber, a massive golden door shimmered with energy. Liam placed his hand on it, feeling the hum of life within. Slowly, the door opened, revealing a vast hall filled with golden light. In the center floated a gigantic orb, radiating energy and wisdom. Around it were holographic images of the universe, showing countless civilizations, stars, and planets in perfect harmony. "This is incredible," Juno whispered. "It is like the temple is showing us everything it has preserved." The orb spoke again, its voice calm and profound. "You have proven yourselves worthy. You have faced challenges, demonstrated courage, acted wisely, and worked together. Now you may understand the ultimate lesson: true strength lies not in power, but in the ability to learn, to cooperate, and to act with responsibility. Humanity's potential is great, and those who choose wisely can shape the future of their species and the universe." Liam stepped closer. "We understand. The temple is not just knowledge or technology. It is guidance. It shows us the value of working together, of thinking carefully, and of acting with courage. This is what will allow humanity to rise among the stars." The orb pulsed, and the golden light expanded, surrounding the team. They felt a deep connection to the temple and to the wisdom it preserved. Liam realized that this was more than a discovery, it was a responsibility. Humanity had been given a chance to learn from the past, to grow stronger, and to act with purpose and care in the universe. Mara spoke softly. "We have to carry this forward. We cannot misuse it. We must teach others to act with wisdom, courage, and cooperation." Juno nodded. "And we must protect the temple. It is more than a building. It is a guide, a teacher, and a reminder of what can be achieved when beings act with understanding and care." The orb's light gently dimmed, and the chamber returned to a calm, steady glow. The lessons of the temple had been revealed, and the team understood their role. They were guardians of knowledge and values, ready to face the universe with the courage and wisdom they had learned. Liam looked at his team. "We are ready. The temple has shown us the way. It has taught us that humanity's greatest strength is not in technology or weapons, but in courage, wisdom, and cooperation. That is what will allow us to thrive and rise among the stars." Mara smiled. "And together, we can ensure that humanity does not repeat the mistakes of the past." Juno added, "We have learned the lessons. Now we have to live them and guide others to do the same." The golden temple seemed to glow in approval, its walls shimmering with soft light. Liam knew that their journey was not over. The lessons of the temple would guide them, but the true challenge was in applying them to the universe outside. With determination, they prepared to leave the final chamber. They were stronger, wiser, and more united than ever. The Golden Temple had tested them, guided them, and shown them the true potential of humanity. They were ready to face whatever lay ahead, confident that courage, wisdom, and cooperation would carry them through any challenge. Liam took a deep breath. The temple has spoken. Now it is up to us to honor its lessons and shape the future of humanity. The team stepped forward, ready to face the next chapter of their journey, carrying the wisdom of the Golden Temple with them. The team emerged from the final chamber into the main hall of the Golden Temple. The walls shimmered softly, reflecting the light of the orbs as if the temple itself was at peace. Liam felt a quiet pride and reverence. They had completed the trials, defended the temple, and absorbed its wisdom. Now, it was time to understand the full purpose of their journey. Mara walked beside him, her eyes glowing with awe. "We have learned so much. This temple is more than a record of the past. It is a guide for the future. Juno nodded. And we are ready to carry it forward. Humanity can change, grow, and explore without repeating the mistakes we have seen in the visions. The largest orb floated above them, pulsing gently. You have proven yourselves worthy. You understand that knowledge alone is not power. Courage, wisdom, and cooperation define true strength. You may now take with you the lessons of the temple, but remember, the responsibility lies with you. Liam stepped forward. We understand. The temple has shown us how to act wisely and with courage. We will share its guidance carefully, and protect the knowledge you have preserved. The orb's light expanded, forming a bridge of golden energy that connected the main hall to a hidden chamber. Within this chamber lies the essence of our civilization's knowledge and values. It is not only a record of the past, but a beacon for the future. You may access it, but use it with care. The team entered the chamber. Inside, the walls were covered with glowing patterns that shifted like flowing water. The energy in the room was alive, vibrant, and warm. In the center, a golden sphere floated, radiating light that filled the space with a feeling of calm purpose. Liam stepped closer, reaching out to touch it. The moment his hand made contact, the sphere expanded its light, enveloping the team. They were no longer just observers, they felt a connection to the knowledge itself. Images, lessons, and visions of the past, present, and possible futures flowed into their minds. They saw civilizations thriving through cooperation, facing dangers with courage, and using wisdom to solve problems. They also saw the consequences of selfishness, greed, and fear. "This is incredible," Juno whispered. "We can see everything, the mistakes and successes. We can learn so much from this." Mara nodded. "And it is our duty to take this knowledge back to humanity. We must guide others to make wise choices, to work together, and to act with courage." Liam felt a weight of responsibility settle on his shoulders. The temple has entrusted us with more than knowledge. It has given us the power to guide humanity toward a brighter future. But with that comes the responsibility to act wisely. The orb's voice spoke one last time. "Remember, travelers, the lessons of the past are preserved here, but the future depends on those who live in it. Share knowledge with care, act with courage, and foster cooperation. Only then will humanity rise to its full potential." As the team absorbed the last of the guidance, the golden light slowly dimmed, leaving a soft glow throughout the chamber. Liam realized that the temple itself was content, knowing that its wisdom would continue through those who were worthy. "This is the true gift of the temple," Mara said softly. "It is not just knowledge or technology. It is the understanding of what it means to be strong and responsible. We have learned that courage, wisdom, and cooperation can shape the universe." Juno looked around, his eyes shining. "And it is up to us to make sure humanity lives up to that. We cannot waste this opportunity." Liam nodded. "We will not. The lessons we have learned will guide every step we take. We will protect the temple, share its wisdom carefully, and help humanity reach its potential without repeating the mistakes of the past." The team left the hidden chamber and returned to the main hall. The golden walls reflected their determined expressions, and the orbs floated calmly, as if acknowledging their readiness. Liam felt a sense of closure and purpose. They had completed the journey, proven themselves in every trial, and gained the wisdom of a civilization long forgotten by time. "Do you think humanity is ready?" Mara asked quietly. Liam looked ahead, thinking of the possibilities. "We are the beginning. We carry the lessons forward. Humanity will face challenges, but now we know the path. If we act with courage, wisdom, and cooperation, we can rise to meet the future." Juno smiled. "Then let's make sure we guide them well. The temple trusted us, and we cannot let it down." The team made their way back through the corridors of the temple. Each step felt lighter, filled with the knowledge that they had grown and changed. They were no longer just explorers, they were guardians of a civilization's wisdom, ready to carry its lessons to the universe. As they approached the temple's entrance, Liam paused and looked back at the golden walls. The temple has survived for countless generations, untouched and preserved. It will continue to guide those who are worthy, and we have been chosen to carry its message. That is an honor and a responsibility we must uphold. Mara placed her hand on Liam's shoulder. We will. Together, we can ensure that humanity follows the lessons of courage, wisdom, and cooperation. That is the true power the temple has given us. Juno looked toward the stars, glowing beyond the temple's entrance. And out there, humanity will rise. We have the guidance, and now it is time to act. With a final glance at the golden temple, the team stepped out into the open air. The forest around the temple glimmered softly, reflecting the light of the sunrise on the horizon. The golden structure stood tall and eternal, a reminder of the lessons they had learned and the responsibilities they now carried. Liam took a deep breath. The journey doesn't end here. The universe is waiting, and humanity must rise to its potential. The temple has given us the knowledge, but now we must act with courage and wisdom. Mara and Juno nodded, and together, the team prepared to return to their ship. As they lifted off from the planet, the golden temple receded below them, still shining and alive, a beacon for those who would seek its wisdom in the future. Liam looked at the stars stretching before them. This is only the beginning. Humanity will face challenges, but now we know the path. Courage, wisdom, and cooperation will guide us forward. Mara added, and we will make sure that the lessons of the temple are never forgotten. We will carry them to every corner of humanity and beyond. Juno smiled. The universe is vast, but together, humanity can rise to meet it. The temple showed us the way, and now it is up to us to follow it. The ship moved steadily into the vast expanse of space, carrying the team and the wisdom of a civilization that time had forgotten. The golden temple remained behind, eternal and silent, waiting for the next worthy travelers. Liam, Mara, and Juno knew that the lessons they had learned would shape not just their future, but the future of all humanity. And as the stars stretched endlessly ahead, they felt the quiet certainty that humanity's rise had truly begun, guided by courage, wisdom, and the unbroken light of the golden temple.